made easy. Konnichiwa minasan. Hey friends, how are you? Welcome to Saral Japani YouTube channel. This is a place where we learn Japanese language. This is the series called Japanese Lessons for Beginners, and today we are at lesson 109. The topic for today is soshite or sorekara, Tokyo ni iku or Tokyo e iku. So basically these are some of the very common confusions that a learner has with respect to the usage of these items. So we are going to clarify the confusion and we will try to understand when to use what. So we begin with the letter one, Tokyo ni iku or Tokyo e iku. So we have learned so far that when we have to connect a place with a motion verb, we use the a particle. That means if I am going to a certain place, then I will use the a particle in between the place and the motion verb. So motion verb in the sense to go, to come, to return. So example is Tokyo e ikimasu. That is I am going to Tokyo or I will go to Tokyo or I go to Tokyo. Tokyo e ikimasu. And we have also learned in one of the previous lessons that when we connect a purpose with a motion verb, then we use the ni particle in between. That means we are going somewhere for a particular purpose. If that purpose has to be connected with the motion verb, then a ni particle will be used. So for example, Ryoko ni ikimasu. That means I'm going on a trip or I'm going for a trip. Or for example, tsuri ni ikimasu. That means I'm going for fishing. So in these cases, ni particle will be used because fishing and vacation or a trip are the purposes of going to a certain place. So now if we have to mention the place as well as the purpose, then how do we use? We will use Ryoko ni Tokyo e ikimasu. That means I am going to Tokyo for a trip or I am going to Tokyo on a trip. Or so in this way, these two concepts and the combination of these two concepts we have learned earlier in our series. Then what is new today? The new thing is that Tokyo ni ikimasu. I am going to Tokyo, again the same meaning. So this is the confusion. We sometimes you will find Tokyo ni ikimasu and at some places you will find Tokyo e ikimasu. So what's the difference between these two and whether both of these are correct or if anyone is wrong? So what's the clarification on this? So this is one of the most common confusions for a Japanese learner, especially for a beginner, that he comes across this Tokyo ni ikimasu and also in some places Tokyo ikimasu or any place ni ikimasu. So how to handle this? So let's see. The a particle when used in between a place and a motion verb indicates travel towards the direction of that place. That means if I say Tokyo e ikimasu, then it literally means I am going towards Tokyo. So it indicates the a particle only indicates the direction or movement towards a certain destination. If I say Gakko ni ikimasu, that means I am going towards the school. Now, although it doesn't indicate the destination literally, but only the direction towards that destination, it is generally assumed that both are the same. That means going towards Tokyo and going to Tokyo are assumed to be the same. Hence, it is used both for going to and going towards. So, Tokyo e ikimasu means literally going towards Tokyo, but in generic sense, it means going to Tokyo. So, this is a particle. Now, the ni particle. The ni particle, when used before a motion verb, generally indicates the purpose of the motion as we have seen before. That is, ryoko ni ikimasu or tsuri ni ikimasu or kaimono ni ikimasu. However, if the destination itself is the purpose, mind this phrase, friends. if the destination itself is the purpose, then it can be used between place and motion verb as well, just like the a particle. That means Tokyo e ikimasu now becomes Tokyo ni ikimasu because I am going to Tokyo for certain reason. So Tokyo is my destination and I am going there for a certain reason. Although the reason is not exclusively or specifically mentioned, but that is understood. And this is the reason why both a and ni particles can be interchangeably used to connect a place and a motion verb. So in conversational Japanese, you can use both ni and a particles to connect a place with the motion verb. So again, motion verb is ikimasu, kimasu, modorimasu, and kaerimasu. These four are the main motion verbs which represents some movement. So now this uh, explanation that Tokyo e ikimasu and Tokyo ni ikimasu both are grammatically correct. So it depends on the thought process of the speaker and the listener as well that the meaning is well understood. So in generic sense, both give the same meaning. That is, ni ikimasu and e ikimasu both give the same meaning. When ni particle is used, the destination gets more emphasis from purpose component of it or from purpose point of view. While when a particle is used, it simply denotes the travel towards or to the destination. It doesn't have any purpose component associated with it. So a particle, it only describes the movement towards a particular direction or place, whereas ni particle also emphasizes the purpose of going to that place. So let's see few example sentences. Tanaka-san wa rainen Nihon ni kimasu. So you can see Tanaka-san wa rainen Nihon ni kimasu. That means Tanaka-san will come to Japan next year. So Tanaka-san will come to Japan next year must be for a specific reason. That's why it's written as ni kimasu, not a kimasu. So if we write a kimasu, then it's simply Tanaka-san will come to Japan next year, but it won't have any purpose component associated with it. Watashi wa kotoshi 4月に日本に来ました。I came to Japan in April this year. Again, we have used the ni particle. That means I came to Japan for some reason, for some purpose. Although the purpose is not mentioned here, so still we can use the ni particle to indicate that. So, watashi wa kotoshi. Kotoshi, as you can see, this is a very interesting kanji. This is the kanji for ima, that means now, and this is the kanji for year. That means now year means this year. So kotoshi means this year. Watashi wa kotoshi, fourth month, that means 4月 ni Nihon ni kimashita. I came to Japan in April this year. So I came to Japan in April this year for some purpose, definitely. Next, let's see. Watashi wa kotoshi Nihon e shigoto ni kimashita. Now here the destination as well as the purpose are specifically mentioned. So here we can use the a particle after the place and then the ni particle after the purpose. So I came to Japan this year for work. Shigoto is work. So Nihon e kimashita, and why shigoto ni Nihon e kimashita. Watashi wa kotoshi shigoto ni Nihon e kimashita. That also you can write. So here we see the usage of a particles. Now if we use ni in both the places, that's also technically correct, but it won't look good. So it's better to use a particle with the motion verb when the place and ni particle for the purpose. So that was Tokyo e iku versus Tokyo ni iku. I hope the confusion is now clear. So next we move on to soshite or sorekara. Again, a very important and interesting comparison. And again, it creates a lot of confusion amongst the learners of Japanese when to use soshite and when to use sorekara. So let's see, and let's first see soshite. Soshite is a conjunction used to join two sentences. So conjunction means a grammatical word that joins or that helps to join two sentences or two thoughts. Now earlier we have seen the usage of to particle to join two words, like to list down several items which are words. So word 1 to, word 2 to, and so on. And these are the nouns. And when it comes to sentences, we use soshite. So sentence 1, soshite, sentence 2. That is joining of two sentences. So for example, watashi wa Tokyo e ikimashita. Soshite tomodachi ni aimashita. So what does that mean? I went to Tokyo. And after that, if we write soshite, then it means and. Tomodachi ni aimashita. I met my friend. So I went to Tokyo and met a friend, or I went to Tokyo and met some friends. So this is how the conjunction soshite is used. So the two sentences must be comparable. So this is very important, that when we are using soshite, we are simply not connecting two sentences, but the two sentences should be comparable, and there must be some thought continuation in the two sentences. We cannot just write two independent sentences that have no meaning. There is no comparison between the two. So we can't use soshte in that case. So the two sentences must be comparable and the thought continuation must be ensured. That means the first sentence is conveying some thought. Then after soshte, the same thought should be continued. It cannot be a completely different sentence altogether, or a completely different thought altogether. So for example, 昨日の朝テニスをしました。そして午後クリケットをしました。So what does this mean? 昨日の朝. So you now know 昨日の朝 means yesterday morning. テニスをしました. I played tennis. Yesterday morning I played tennis. そして and 午後 in the afternoon クリケットをしました. I played cricket. So yesterday morning I played tennis and in the afternoon I played cricket. So now both tennis and cricket are sports. So this is, and also the speaker is talking about what he did. So that means there is a thought continuation in this case. So these two items, although they are separate things, but it's the same thought basically. The underlying thought process is the same. So here we can use soshite, and soshite gives the meaning of and. In Japanese, conjunctional words appear in the beginning of the second sentence followed by a comma. So this is very important. In English or in any other language, we just insert and or the equivalent in between the two sentences, and there is no full stop after the first sentence. But in Japanese, the first sentence ends and then we write soshite as the first word of the second sentence, then a comma, and then the second sentence. In informal Japanese conversation, they may be sandwiched between the two sentences in a single sentence. That means in conversational or informal conversation, soshite may be inserted between the two sentences. That means we don't have to put this full stop after the first sentence. It may continue with soshite and followed by the second sentence. That is allowed, but in formal Japanese, soshite will be the first word in the second sentence. Sometimes the two sentences remain independent sentences technically. However, soshite joins them thematically or makes the second sentence take the first sentence forward. So what does that mean? That means soshite may mean and, then, thereafter, or after that. That means the sentences will remain the same. That means I have done so and so. Soshte, that means thereafter I did so and so. So that means we are not joining the two sentences. These two sentences are still two sentences, but the usage of soshte joins them thematically. That means I first did this work and then I did some other work. So although these are still two sentences, but they are connected through the thought process. So for example, watashi wa kyo shukudai o shimasu. Soshite terebi o mimasu. So see, here the sentences are totally independent. So if we look at the English translation, I will do the homework today. Watashi wa kyo shukudai o shimasu. Shukudai is homework. I will do the homework today. The sentence ends here. Thereafter or after that, I will watch TV. So the two sentences remain two sentences, but the thereafter or soshte, it continues the thought. It takes this first sentence forward. That means the second sentence that begins with soshte takes the first sentence forward. So I will do the homework first and then I will watch television. 彼は背が高いです。そして彼女も背が高いです。So that means 彼は you know he. So he is tall and she is tall too. That means again two different sentences, but they are connected thematically. So friends, be careful. Seiga, if you do the translation in some of the translation tools, since sei is sex as well in Japanese, so it may give you the translation as that he is sexy or he is sexually active. So be careful about that. So here seiga means tall. He Kare wa sei ga takai desu. He is tall. Soshite kanojo mo sei ga takai desu. And she is tall too. So this is how soshite is used. Soshite may also be used to express and also along with that as the final and to list down things. So for example, restaurant de baga to sarada soshite cheesecake o tabemashita. So very easy to understand. I had a burger, salad, and a cheesecake at the restaurant. So burger and salad are connected using the to particle, which is the comma equivalent. And then we use soshite, which means and. So this is to express and also or along with that. So I had first burger, salad, and then I also had a cheesecake at the restaurant. So look at this conversation now. Watashi wa Tokyo ni ikimashita. So the first speaker says this. Then the listener he asks now, soshite. So here soshite may be used as a as an interrogation as well. That means the listener asks and so when the speaker said Watashi wa Tokyo ni ikimashita, I went to Tokyo, and then his friend asked, then so what did you do? So here soshite means what did you do there in Tokyo? And the answer is Watashi wa soko de sensei ni aimashita. I met my teacher there. So look at the usage of de particle and ni particle. Soko de sensei because that is a place and sensei ni aimashita is the event or the action. So soko and sensei will be connected by the de particle and sensei ni aimashita it will be ni particle as we have learned earlier. So watashi wa soko de sensei ni aimashita. I met my teacher there. So soshite is used as an informal interrogation here. Soshite, which means and thereafter and also, and sorekara, which means and after that and then are very close to each other. So now we are moving towards sorekara. So soshite and sorekara are very close to each other in terms of meaning and usage. And most of the times they can be used interchangeably, but there are definitely some differences grammatically. So let's look at those. Soshite is a particle. So this is the fundamental definition of soshite. It is a particle just like kara, made, no, or demo, or any other particle. Whereas sorekara is a conjunctional word. It is not a particle. So it has sore, which means there, and kara, which means from. So that means thereafter, after that, or from there. So sorekara is a conjunctional word. Soshite joins two sentences. Sorekara or any conjunctional word indicates that one work has been completed and then the next has been done or is being done. So that means soshite is simply to join two sentences, whereas sorekara, it when one sentence is written and after that we write sorekara, that means the previous one, the sentence that we have written, that has been completed, and after that the second sentence begins, the work indicated in the second sentence begins. So soshte is used only for comparable items or sentences. The context and connection must be the same. So as we had discussed, the thought continuation should be there in soshte since it is talking about similar items. But in sorekara, the two sentences need not have a very close thought connection. A generic connection is fine. So that means I have done this work and after that I have done that work, or I am doing some other work. So these two work need not be the same kind. So I am having dinner and then I will go for a walk. So there we can use sorekara. So let's look at the examples to clarify this. Watashi wa kyo shukudai o shimasu, soshite terebi o mimasu. So this we have seen earlier. I will do the homework today. Thereafter, I will watch TV. So here we can also use sorekara in place of soshite. Watashi wa kyo shukudai o shimasu, sorekara terebi o mimasu. So again, the same meaning is conveyed. I will do the homework today and after that I will watch TV. So after I have completed the homework, I will watch TV. So it's almost the same meaning. It's only the thought process, how the speaker wants to convey his thought and how the listener captures it. So sorekara here, it's definite that he has completed the homework and only after that he is going to watch the TV. And the first sentence soshte also gives the same meaning. It also indicates that he will do the homework first and then he will watch the TV. So in this example, both soshite and sorekara are valid. The next one is watashi wa tomodachi to issho ni biru o nomimashita. That means I will drink beer with my friends. Sorekara uchi e kairimashita. And after that I will go home. So here drinking beer and going to home, these are two separate things. And also the second one is after the completion of the first one. So here sorekara is more appropriate usage of conjunctional word. So I had beer with my friends and then went home. So it's past tense nomimashita kairimashita. So I had some beer with my friends and then I went home. So here and then is represented by sorekara. Restaurante baga to sarada soshite chizukeki o tabemashita. So this we have seen. I had a burger, salad, and a cheesecake at the restaurant. This is a very generic representation of what all I ate at the restaurant. But if we say restaurante baga to sarada sorekara cheesecake o tabemashita, then it means I had a burger and a salad and then a cheesecake at the restaurant. So the difference in the two sentences above are only in expressing the thought. So in both cases, the speaker has eaten burger, salad, and cheesecake. But the second sentence where we have used sorekara, that specifically mentions that the speaker first had burger and salad and then he had cheesecake. That means once he had finished the burger and salad, then he ate the cheesecake. And in the first example, burger, salad, and soshite. So he may have taken all of them together, one after the other. And again, the thought process, soshite and sorekara may give the same meaning. So the first sentence may also give the same meaning, that he first ate burger and salad and then the cheesecake. But sorekara is a definite expression that the cheesecake was eaten only after the completion of the burger and salad. But soshite doesn't give that complete meaning. So it may or may not be, the speaker may or may not have eaten cheesecake only after the completion of burger and salad. So it could be along with that as well. So it's only how the speaker represents it in the conversation. So friends, this is all about today's lesson, where we discussed about the differences of usage in ni iku, eiku, and soshite and sorekara. These are the most common, or I would say two of the most common confusions a learner of Japanese usually develops, when to use what. So some kind of explanation we have tried to provide, and there are much more to it, but we want to keep it simple as it is for beginners course. And you will learn more uh, extensive usage of soshite and sorekara, and then gradually it will become more and more clear, and when you converse you will get an idea when to use what. So that's it for today, friends. I hope this lesson has been useful to you. Till we meet again, arigato gozaimasu, mata imasho.